who are required to manage our households and skills and thrift. Yep. Nevertheless, I feel as though too much has been asked of me, or that too much has been taken from me. Who have I become? What have I become? Who the hell is this woman in the mirror I see? Is it the housewife? Is it the domestic economist? On this year ahead of us, 2011, I am going to be empowered by the love of my sisters and yet be able to yield when non-resistance is the best course of action. Brothers and sisters, the laws of non-resistance says, don't fight the other person, change yourself. Bless the situation, love the other person, not because he or she deserves your love, not because of what it will do for him or her, but because in the act of blessing and loving, you can rise above it and get your thoughts back on the right track. Now tell me, sisters and brothers, why can't our men yield when non-resistance is the best course of action? Why can't they set their course with faith and love for their family? Why can't they teach their sons and daughters to become calm and see possibilities ahead for the whole family? Together, why can't we become that mountain of strength, that river of faith? Now, let me speak to you husbands out there. And you, my husband, please hear this voice of mine and listen closely. Husband, love of my life, don't you ever raise your hands to hit me. If you don't know it then, let me tell you now. You kill my spirit. You lower my self-esteem. You remove the beauty within and out of me. My vision becomes clouded, for I can no longer see. You end my journey for the whole family. Do you know something? Do you know sometimes I don't like the person I see in the mirror? I don't know this person I see. So today, in this coming year of 2011, my darling husband, let us join together in proclaiming and maintaining a safe environment, not just for me, but for all the housewives, for all the mothers, all the daughters, cousins, friends, and acquaintances, even those who we might not necessarily be too fond of. Let us not neglect the least among us. Let us remember those that are and have been battered in our communities, the Bibita Sarjus, Nisa Gopals of Guyana, as they can no longer raise their voices with us today. And to all our sisters and brothers here, it is our problem too. I repeat, it is our problem too. Let us help our sisters around Guyana, comfort them with love, infuse them with strength, and be the supportive presence that can raise public awareness to stronger heights. Teach them what we already know, that no one can make us feel inferior but ourselves. I repeat, no one can make us feel inferior but ourselves. Help them to reach out to a shelter or a place of safe haven. Most importantly, my sisters and my brothers here, let us educate our youths in what is right and acceptable conduct towards the other sex. Let us begin to create dialogues within our families, dialogues within our communities as such. Today, claim it and believe it can happen in God's name. Let us break this silence and say no to violence. Exclaim it with our actions, whatever we do. May it be the advancement of the worth of our neighbors. So, my loving sisters and brothers, stand together with me and our family here and help create the serenity of peace, the glory of hope, and allow this flow of love for each other to transcend boundaries. From north of Latam, through the East Bank, all across Georgetown, up through the East Coast Demerara, and don't forget Cane Grove. Along the way to Berbice and as far as we can go across Guyana. Please, I beg of you, break your silence and lift your voices because we hear you and want to be there for you. I once read, this journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. one single step. It is now your turn to make that decision, to make that first step. So right now, join with me and raise your voices as loud as you can repeat. And join me. Today, and for 2011, I join my sisters, and my brothers, I lift my voice, with strength, and know I will break my silence, and say no more, no violence. Non-resistance is the best course of action. And as my friend from the Nora Police Station, Superintendent Mr. Paul Davis, clearly stated, enlighten victims of abuse that domestic violence should not find compromise out of love. In a nutshell, do not define yourselves by the men you are with, ladies, or gentlemen, with the women you are with. You have a stronger power within. Fear should no longer be an option, and remember, fear. Fear means false evidence appearing real. So remember, the power belongs to you and only you. Now, this was something I wrote when we did the launching last year in November in Guyana. And this whole theme, that's where the theme came from, break the silence, say no to violence. I think I could take off my wifely robe now. So as we start the program,